How's it going, guys? Marqus Zar here, and we're going to talk about what happened today. Today was just crazy. It was one of those weird days where you didn't expect it to be bad, right? So today definitely was a bad day because my funds were stolen, right? I lost my Bitcoins. I sent it to my Bittrex account. It was supposed to go to my Bittrex account, but my my receiving address got switched somehow when I was sending my funds from my Exodus wallet. So as we go to my Exodus wallet here, it say $0, $0 and zero BTC, and pretty much I had my Bitcoin here. I received it on the 29th. This is worth about $374. I had it in my Exodus wallet. Then I sent it out. I don't know why I said it's the 30th. This happened today on the 2nd, earlier this morning, like midnight time, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I sent a transaction to my Bittrex account. However, that seemed like it wasn't the case because I never received my Bitcoin in my Bittrex account, which is, something that's not a good feeling, but it just shows you, like, man, anybody can be a victim. Cryptocurrencies is, it's in high demand right now. A lot of people want cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin. So these hackers is using all types of techniques to steal your Bitcoins because they know Bitcoin is going to be, Bitcoin is worth a lot of money now, and it's going to continue to be worth a lot of money. So people who has Bitcoin is pretty much got a target on their backs already because these hackers want this free money simply by hacking people who don't know what they're doing, who are new to the space and things like that. So they definitely taking advantage of that. And not only that, they just, it's easy for them because it's a unregulated industry right now. So they can't go to jail or face any types of crime or penalties because it's unregulated. So it's definitely very, very profitable for these hackers to get into the space and just pretty much do whatever they need to do to steal your Bitcoin. So that's something to be aware of. And this address here actually took my Bitcoin right here. This address 1A last 2 E7, and it says 3 days ago. I don't know why it says that. This is all wrong. This information right here is wrong, but this is correct. This is my Bitcoin going to this account. As we go to Bitcoin, the blockchain.info, as you can see my Exodus wallet here, as we go to Exodus, if I send my Bitcoin, or let's go to receive, this is my Bitcoin address here, 1BMLD. Then we go back here, 1BMLD, sent to this address here. So this is the information. This is the blockchain. Everything is public, so you can see everything. And this is how much, this is my Bitcoin right here, sending it to this address, which it wasn't supposed to go there. Did I accidentally send it to this address? No, I did not. I always check my my address whenever I'm sending my funds and receiving my funds. I always triple check it just to make sure it's correct. And I have never seen this address before. Somehow during the transaction, my receiving address was switched with this address. I think it was a phishing attack, and they succeeded because they have my Bitcoin. So as we go to view charts, I was going through to see if I could find the actual source of where my Bitcoin actually ended up. And the craziest thing is that, as you can see here, this is the the origin where my Bitcoin was at. This is my address pretty much, and this address received my Bitcoin. As you can see here, it's the same match number Bitcoin. And as you can actually click here to see if it went anywhere else. So I click on it, and so it was split off. So half of my Bitcoin or whatever went here, half of it went here. And this address actually got it now, these two addresses. And as I click this again, because it's not blue, so when it's pretty much yellow or orange, right, that means is that it's going out to another address. So as I click on it again, see how it split up again, then it goes to another address. I don't know what this is, and as I just keep clicking on it down here, it stops here, turns dark, and then it goes out again to this address here, and it just so on, so forth. But this actually stops here. So this address goes all the way through the loops, and it ends up to this address here, which has 1.1 Bitcoins, and things like that. So this address must have other people Bitcoins as well, just Bitcoins of somebody else's, and it all ends up total of 1.1 Bitcoin at this address here. Then we go here, and it's the same thing, and it just keeps going, guys, especially with the one on top, and it just gets really, really big as we go here. I'm thinking it's this one right here where it just split off and just gets really, really big and just go all over the place. So I don't know what this is with this little graph and things like that with all the addresses, and it all came from my own source, and it just go through the channels, with other people stolen Bitcoin. I'm assuming, since this address was able to take my Bitcoin, and it was able to take other people's Bitcoins as it goes down these different addresses, and it eventually leads to, the source. There's multiple sources, as we can see here, with all the stolen Bitcoin. So this looks like it's a very efficient system, phishing system that is stealing people's Bitcoin. So definitely be on the lookout for this address here. As we go back, this is the address that took my funds. I can actually click on it here, so you guys can actually be aware of it. Do not send your Bitcoins to this address for any reasons, because your Bitcoin will be stolen. And this is the address here. So this address took my Bitcoins. As soon as it received my Bitcoins, it sent it out to another address, pretty much trying to, I guess, cover its tracks and keep the money moving, so it could pretty much, end up like this to different addresses, so it could pretty much, lose the trail, right? Try to lose you in in this fuss or shuffle of different addresses, right? So that's definitely something to be aware of. So I've learned my lesson. I learn a lot every day. Exodus was great help. They told me what's going on, and they tell me that it might be a sophisticated hacking system where they are targeting people who have Windows computers, and they're hijacking people's notebooks, because a lot of people put their addresses and their private keys in this notebook, and they're somehow gaining access to the computers and getting putting some type of virus or code or whatever on your computer or your notepad. And every time you put your address in your notepad, they could switch that address when you make a transaction, when you're trying to send your funds. So they could pretty much clone it and see it and steal your funds. So definitely be aware out for using Notepad. I don't know what I'm going to use, but I'm definitely going to find something else to use instead of Notepad until I get more information about is this going to get resolved? Is it going to get fixed? Or if it's something that, is it affecting everybody else as well? I don't know. But with that said, yeah, I haven't received my funds. I could go to my Bittrex account and log in. So let me go ahead and do that 1 second. So we are back. We're in my Bittrex account. As you guys can see, I have $0. So there's no pending deposit. There's no pending withdrawals. There's, as you can look at my deposit history, there's nothing for, this month, which is November. I don't have no withdrawal history in November. And this happened, like I said, earlier this morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, last night, well, in the morning time, right? And yeah, I never got my Bitcoin here, and I sent it to my Bittrex. So this is my address. So I usually just, it's real simple. Just click here because I click this deposit because I want to deposit my Bitcoin, obviously. And this is my address here to get my Bitcoin in my Bittrex account. But that didn't happen because somehow it was switched when I was sending my Bitcoin over to this account. And we all know this doesn't match. 1MKQ doesn't match this address here, which is some address I don't know. This is the hacker's address. So that's it, guys. I just want to let you guys know and be open with you guys and let you guys know that there is risk in this industry. So always be aware of that. Always keep your eyes open. If you see something, let the community know. Talk about it. There's nothing wrong with, there's something wrong with, you're losing your funds, but there's nothing wrong with you coming out and talking about it because, you're not the only one. I know there's dozens and hundreds of people who lost their funds. I'm not the only one who lost their money, and a lot of people lost a lot more money than I did. So with that said, I'm definitely, moving on. Am I upset about it? No, I'm not. I definitely, learn from it. I know what's going on. I just want to, spread the awareness to others who are, who are in this cryptocurrency space because it's risky. It's the wild, wild west out there. So that's it. My name is Marqus Zar. Videos is going to continue to be made. I'm not going to keep my head down or anything like that. I'm not going to let anything stop me because, definitely a lot of stuff, a lot of obstacles been coming my way, but I'm moving forward. So that's it, guys. Give this video a like if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Marqus Zar, and I'm out, guys.